We're here at Futurist Conference. We're talking to James. He's from Daconomy. Tell us your role and what you do with Daconomy.
Okay, so as you said, I'm James. I'm the lead advisor for the Daconomy project, and basically we're a very large team which are going to very soon launch the first ever data marketplace in the world.
Wow, that's exciting. And did you guys start out with the project with blockchain technology, or you evolved?
Oh no, basically Daconomy is backed by the Schober Information Group, which is one of the largest data brokerage companies in Europe. It's been in operation now for about 70 years, so it's leveraging on 70 years of data brokerage experience, and that's where Daconomy was basically envisaged and where it's being launched.
Tell us about the current problem in the current structure of that industry.
Okay, so basically right now data brokerage, so data buying and selling, is a bit of an issue all over the world. So why? First of all, you have to understand that data buying and data selling is at the moment controlled by a a limited number of very large data brokerage companies. One of them is actually the Schober Information Group, which is backing this project. So they're basically killing themselves in the process as intermediaries, but opening up the data brokerage and democratizing data buying and selling to everyone. Obviously, it's not very easy to explain data brokerage, but just to make it in simple terms, everyone generates loads of data. So right now, according to IDC, the data market is worth about $3 billion, and it's going to go straight up into an exponential curve by 2020, right? So more IoT devices, every action we take is generating loads and loads of data, right? What is happening now is basically the very large companies like the Googles and Facebooks are the only companies which are equipped to actually get revenue from this data, okay? So what Daconomy is doing with this marketplace and with the 70 years of experience in this industry is basically putting this ability of buying and selling data in the hands of literally everyone. So right now, there's only 1% of the companies which actually turn their data into revenue. For an individual, it's even much harder. So what we're doing is we're grabbing our 70 years of expertise and statistical analysis and artificial intelligence and basically putting everything in this data economy marketplace. And that's where the Daconomy names come from, right? So there's a whole suite of artificial intelligence engines where you put in raw data, whatever protocol it is, okay? It gets scrubbed, it gets cleaned, gets put and categorized in neat little boxes which are called data sets. Then there are algorithms which match buyers and sellers, and the tricky part is here. The Daconomy marketplace automates the pricing of that data, which is basically impossible to do without years and years of experience and attribute analysis and all this, and automates absolutely everything. Once you're priced, Daconomy acts as a trustless escrow for you to interact with the buyer. If you're the seller, you interact with the buyer. If you're the buyer, you interact with the seller. It's backed by the DACO token, so it's fully blockchain based. Hashes are stored on the blockchain, transactions are stored on the blockchain, so it's completely transparent and fully auditable, and the data is tracked. So we overcome most of the issues that are present in the industry right now. What we're hoping to do with the Daconomy marketplace is open this revenue stream for all the companies who either are quite held back from accessing this, or else don't have the access at all.
Can you give us an example of a buyer, so people that don't understand the market?
Yeah. Oh yeah, data buyers are basically very large data or product-based companies. So let's say Amazon, for example, or another very large retail industry would like a profile for buyers who have just bought a car in the past, whatever, but it goes way beyond that. That's just consumer data. So we deal in automation data, environmental data, traffic data, IoT sensors. So it's basically every type of raw data. And we've been doing this for 70 years. So now we're like really good at our game, you know. So yeah, that's an example of a buyer. A seller can be everything what you can imagine. An individual, a sensor, an IoT device, a traffic light, so whatever it is, a government. So anyone can be a seller now. With our solution, right now it's impossible to do. So what data aggregator pools do is, when you're feeling just too small, you say, listen, I just have a weather station. What good can it do to me, you know? So the Daconomy, the marketplace, analyzes what the buyers are looking for, and creates these pools where many individuals can put in data, and when it gets sold, the money gets transferred to the rightful owner, depending on what part you took in that aggregator pool. So it's basically democratizing data buying and data selling.
The current model is this kind of Web 2 model with these huge data stores that have a monopoly. Yeah. So you guys are at the forefront of kind of this new Web 3 model in a sense for the internet and for data.
Yeah, we're basically decentralizing the entire process. What basically we're doing is we're killing ourselves. So we're trying to get the power away from intermediaries and large data brokers like we are, but obviously we're like at the very forefront of the next generation of the industry, and with a very, very strong team. Our CTO is the ex-CTO of Deutsche Telekom. So it's a very, very strong team. As I said, it's backed by 70 years of professional experience. So it's a very good project.
What stage are you guys at in the development?
So basically all the architectures are done. The development team is there. You have to understand that with our experience, we already have the people, and the AI engines are being tested. They have been learning for a while. So at this point in time, we're going to launch private pre-sale tomorrow, actually. So it's very, very exciting. Website is up to date and has been launched this morning. So we didn't want to trickle it. You know, we wanted to come out strong and show that we really mean business in this.
When can we expect you guys to have a working business where people can actually utilize this? They can trade this data.
Okay, so what we're doing is we have a very, very detailed like roadmap with like very, very strict milestones on when the system will be up, and the beta and the click-through will actually be out in like a couple of weeks. So the official beta with the AI engines will be out in about 6 months, but they're already working on it. So in Daconomy we have the Daconomy labs, which are made of like a numerous number of data scientists, AI programmers. So this is like the show. You have to understand that this is backed by a very large company. So the human resources are there, the team is there, you know, and we're aiming to have a fully functional model in about 18 months.
For people that are interested in the project, if they see this or they see other resources, how can they find more about how can they become part of the?
That's a very good question, actually. So as every project we have, we're building a very strong community. So we're basically on every social platform out there. So from Telegram, Facebook, obviously the central store of information or the central release of information happens on the website. That is daconomy.io. And it will forward you to all the information that you need. We're actually opening whitelisting tomorrow. So there's a private pre-sale, as I said right now, and that's where all the information will be available.
I mean, just hearing you talk, from my perspective, being in the space for a couple of years, it sounds like a genuine project with a genuine use case that'll create genuine disruption in an industry where disruption is needed.
As I said, you know, you have to understand that we're coming from a very strict professional background. The mother company is a German company which has been operating, as I said, for 70 years. And we wanted this to be like ticking all the boxes, done in a professional way. We have a huge team of advisors and developers, and our team is like is backed by over combined 500 years in data industry. We've been working in the data industry before data was being called data, from the 1940s, you know. So it's as an advisor, I am extremely proud to make part of this project.
So good to talk to you, James. Thanks for your time. Yeah, thanks a lot.